Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland was found dead early this morning of apparent suicide after taking off from a traffic stop. TMZ Sports obtaining the disturbing audio from the 911 call.
We're talking to the girlfriend. She's trying to call his agent, but we're trying to get him to call her to call him first. But she's saying he is armed and has a history of mental illness, and her quote was, "He will end it all."
Investigators say the chase ended in a crash around 11 last night before Kneeland took off running from the scene. Then about 3 hours later, police say they found him with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Kneeland was 24 years old and had been with the Cowboys for 2 years. His professional football career just getting started. We do want to warn you this subject matter may be tough for some as it discusses mental health and suicide, but there is help available and support too. Our Jeff Skaversky reports.
The Eagles and Cowboys may be rivals on the field, but the NFL is a tight and small community, rocked by the tragic death of Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland. The Eagles practicing with heavy hearts today following the tragic death of Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland, who was found dead from a single gunshot wound last night.
The NFL is a brotherhood, and so obviously that was on our mind this morning, and our thoughts and prayers go out to, his family and the Dallas Cowboys.
Mental health awareness among athletes has come to the forefront in recent years as players have spoken out about their struggles. Eagles receiver A.J. Brown is among those who's been public with his mental health battle after nearly taking his life 5 years ago.
Don't be afraid to seek help, because somebody was there for me and, ultimately saved my life.
The tragic news breaking today hits close to home for former Eagles first-round pick Marcus Smith, who nearly took his own life in 2018 while in Seattle, 2 years after being cut by the Eagles.
It felt like a black cloud that was over my head. And so I was driving to the facility, on the way to the facility, and I was trying to go off of the road. My wife calls me and kind of turns me around, and then my mother-in-law calls me and kind of turns me around. So those two phone calls is what saved my life.
It was also a wake-up call. Smith got help and is now helping others as a mental health advocate, currently working with 10 to 15 former NFL players through his nonprofit, the Circle of M, Unmasking Mental Health.
When I see things like this, I just wish that he could get the chance that I got.
Longtime sports psychologist Joel Fish, who has worked with Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, and Sixers players, echoed the same sentiment. Speak up.
I think there's an assumption that just because you're in the NFL, it's so glamorous, you don't have any other problems. That's not true.
The Kaiser Family Foundation, an independent organization focused on health, released a study earlier this year. Of more than 500 former NFL players surveyed, nearly half reported feeling depressed over the last year. That's compared to a quarter of men their age.
We project onto them that they're superhuman, supermen, superwomen. They're incredibly gifted in many ways, but they're flesh and blood, just like me and you.
Most teams have professional resources. It's an important reminder they're just like the rest of us. Dr. Joel Fish says the pressure of playing professional sports can be a trigger, along with social media. Marcus Smith also tells me mental health struggles is something he sees all the time. It's very common. Jeff Skaversky, Fox 29.
And remember, help is always available. If you or someone you know needs assistance, call the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can get connected by dialing 988.